many, the Arctic is a pristine environment, an open expanse sculpted by wind and the elements. An ever-changing landscape of snow and ice, with average daytime temperatures reaching 35 degrees below zero in the dead of winter. Precambrian bedrock, polished smooth from the last ice age, provides a rich backdrop for the Hudson Bay area, where some of the earliest known inhabitants of North America mastered the art of survival for thousands of years. Peter McKeniak, an Inuit guide from the Hudson Bay area, retraces the steps of his ancestors. 4 pointed rocks are part of a kayak resting station, pointing in the direction of the common wind, the bow pointing northwesterly and the stern southeast. This land is the connection to Peter's ancestors, each wind-blown rock occupying its own place in time. With prevailing northwest winds in the Arctic, the Inuit use snowdrifts and stone landmarks as navigation tools. The resting rock rises above the bay, a place Peter and his wife Mary come to visit, remembering the struggles of their ancestors. Mary has also maintained the skills passed down from generation to generation, making sealskin and caribou clothing, preparing meals, and establishing a home. Years ago, their families lived in a caribou or sealskin hide tent called a tupik while they waited for the bay to freeze. When nature created enough ice, they made igloos out of snow. A snow knife was used to carve the building blocks of snow. A fire built in a soapstone lamp called a kudlik provided heat and a small cook fire during the long winter months. Song and drum helped pass the lengthy winter. Oral storytelling kept their culture alive with each new generation.
I sit in my igloo. My lamp is running low. My igloo is cold. My husband has gone hunting. I hope he comes back soon. We need seal to eat. It's fat to fuel our lamps, and skins for our clothes. I sit in my igloo many long nights. My igloo is cold. My igloo is cold. I wait for my husband. He has been gone many days and nights. Come home, my husband, come home.
Usually a solitary creature, polar bears congregate in different parts of the Hudson Bay. The slow amble of the bear appears lethargic. Nothing could be further from the truth. As bears wait patiently for the ice to form, they test their strength, sparring as they establish dominance and prepare for the hunt. The white giants roam thousands of kilometers. As winter approaches, the sun disappears and darkness descends for several months. The harsh Arctic winter shapes the people and the land. A centuries-old spruce tree stands watch over the bay, sculpted by the north winds. For thousands of years, polar bears and the Inuit have mastered life in the Arctic, living in balance and harmony with Mother Nature.
A long time ago, before the white man came to our land, before the high-powered guns, survival was much harder. Our people moved from place to place, depending where we could find whales and seals, the food that my people depend on. We had to learn to master Mother Nature's harsh ways. Life was simpler. A snow knife was all that was needed to cut blocks of snow and build igloos that would be our home during the long winters, protecting us from blizzards and cold winds that would rage for many days at a time. Inside the igloo, you would make a comfortable home, a place for family. The igloo window was made of ice. Warmth came from a cuddaluk made of soapstone that was also used as a stove for cooking. We sewed animal skins, caribou and seal to make clothes that were warm and dry. We spent many stormy days and nights playing string games and telling stories our ancestors told. When the cuddaluk ran low, the men had to go hunting on the sea ice for seals. The men sometimes had to walk for days to find seals, walrus, and whales that nature provided for us. After waiting by a seal hole, sometimes for hours, a good hunter would harpoon a seal, which would put up a great fight before it would give up its life so we could live. On the sea ice, there is another hunter, Nanook, the polar bear, who likes seal as well. A starving bear can smell our food or the burning of seal fat in the igloo from far away. Without dogs and with only a harpoon and snow knife to defend us, life was dangerous on the ice for our people.
The town of Churchill is perched on the west side of the Hudson's Bay. With a population of almost 1,000 people, the polar bear capital of the world is located right in the middle of the migration route of the Great Bear. Hungry bears, the largest land-dwelling carnivores in the world, sometimes wander into town scavenging for food as they make their way to the flows. In 1968, the town of Churchill and Department of Natural Resources implemented the Polar Bear Alert Program to ensure resident safety. October and November are the busiest months for resource officers. This wily adult male, on his second visit to town, has quickly learned the ways of man. With a keen sense of smell 100 times greater than that of humans, the bakery owner does a drive-by to make sure the area is clear of bears before beginning a shift. The Polar Bear Alert Patrol has been called to deal with this problem bear. It takes more than an hour for the Natural Resources team to move in on this particular animal. Precautions must be taken to ensure the bear's well-being and the safety of the crew and town residents. The team has lost the bear on the outskirts of town. They have less than 2 hours before the residents start their day, which could lead to a deadly confrontation. A bear has hidden in a thicket below town. It's likely the same bear that was lost earlier in the morning. This time he's making a daylight trip to town. A helicopter is called to help resource officers try and tranquilize the bear from the air. The mission is a success.
I never did see him. He was shooting like a bugger over by Northern Nights. I never did get a chance to see him.
The bear is loaded into the back of a truck and taken to the polar bear holding compound where data will be collected. Polar bears are a protected species in Canada.
Off he goes to jail.
Good thing.
Yeah. It's better off having him here.
In the fall months, the bears start showing up in large numbers. Traps like this culvert trap are baited with seal meat and set out to trap bears who wander too close to town.